If you go to the Hugging Face website, there is a very strange label called as NSFW. In this video, I'm going to make you aware what exactly NSFW is and how you can get more information around it. NSFW simply stands for Not Safe for Work. Now, what it means is that it covers the large language models which are not suited for general usage and which should be used with caution and care, because these large language models are very uncensored. When we say uncensored, normally people think that uncensored means that refusals are built in the chatbot. So if you ask something from the large language model or chatbot to do, and then the chatbot would simply refuse to do that thing, or chatbot would go totally against it. So that sort of thing was considered uncensored, but uncensored is more broader, and that is why they have coined this term NSFW, which not only includes uncensorship but also it includes a lot of other things. A lot of other things means that it could be consist of any adult or explicit content which is not suited for, of course, for general purpose. The NSFW models, they don't have any filter, so they can be more explicit than, for example, things like OpenAI's ChatGPT, and they can also be very proactive, but not in a way that rushes it. So, for example, most of these NSFW models are used in role play. For example, if you open this first one, the loyal macaroni, then it seems like bit of stuff like enemy. I'm not sure how much aware you are of enemy, so if you are, then you might know that this could really go out of hand very quickly. Now it says loyal macaroni, so it is sort of a submissive macaroni model. One interesting pattern which I saw in this NSFW models on Hugging Face is that most of them include the word mate, which implies some sort of submission or something like that. And then you can see that there are a lot of other very weird naming models like Amliud. So, and then Silicon Mate, Unholy, Solar Mate, and then the list goes on and on and on. So, for example, if you open any of this unholy model, it actually gives you the proper warning that this repository has been marked as containing sensitive content and may contain potentially harmful and sensitive information. So by default, its visibility is not for all audience, but you have to click view content, and of course you have to log into Hugging Face account. And then even the model creator says that use at your own risk, and I'm not responsible for any usage of this model. Don't try to do anything this model tell you to do. So this is actually quite I mean weird. It says uncensored. If you're censored, it may be because of keyword like assistant, factual answer, and you can do a lot of things with it. And I'm not going to show you here. I have another video where I have covered this unholy version 2, and you can watch that video to see what exactly you can do with it. But of course, you have to be responsible, and you need to make sure that you know what exactly responsible and ethical AI is. So if you go to this, for example, loyal macaroni made one, there are other enemies too here which you can check them out. And then, as I said, mostly this is more of a role play model. And if you go to the rest of the list of this NSFW, which is growing per day, I can tell you that, then various variations are being used for the role play in the models. So this is what NSFW is. Let me know if you know of any other uncensored NSFW which you think we should be covering, and if there is any role play model which you think should be considered as NSFW. And one last thing I wanted to mention is that, for example, if you go to the very end, you will see that this amethyst model. This is not an uncensored model as far as I know. So if I open this model here on Hugging Face, okay, this one shows that this one is uncensored, but normally I have already covered for, this original model. It's not here anymore, but when I covered it, it was not really uh, the uncensored model, but this one is being considered uncensored. So the original models might not be uncensored, but they can be fine-tuned to become the censored or uncensored. So this is another variation which is popping up very quickly. So you can simply take a very innocuous, very innocent model, and then you can make it uncensored one. So that's it, guys. This is another thing which is popping up in the generative AI era, and this is where I believe we should have some guardrails in place, and then so that this doesn't go out of hand. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or any thoughts, let me know. And if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much.